Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Love People, a podcast hosted by Stephen Meeks, where I bring on a guest who is loving people through their craft, and just to get this, do the housekeeping, all that fun stuff in the beginning. This is a platform because I felt it was necessary as a creator. One of my goals as a creator. My personal belief is that we're called to emulate the Father and be creators. And my motivation with wrestling, or it's been music in the past, or making internet content, is just to love people through whatever it is I'm doing that day. And one person who really has been killing it in the content creation space over the last few years. I've only been connected with them for a little over a year, maybe two now, is my good buddy Spooky Lou. So we got Spooky Lou on the podcast. He's out here loving people through wrestling content creation. How is Spooky Lou doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on. I'd like to think I am loving folks through wrestling, Meeksy.
Loving people through wrestling content creation. And then if I was a real professional, I would have already had my phone unlocked and my notes pulled up, but I'm a slacker. So now that I got now that I got my notes put together and I'm like the proper amount of medicated, we'll use that word. I'll just ask you, who is Spooky Lou, and where can we find you?
You better just start looking under a rock if you want to find me. Looking in caves in the mountains of West Virginia, Meeks. Just come a looking, you'll find me.
Or at RSW show.
You can find me at RSW show. You might find me at an EIW show. You might find me at PWL show. You might find me at VCW show. You'll find me at that RSW show. Good segue, Meeks.
Yes, sir. See,
so lots of places.
So I kind of answered this question or thing in my notes already, but I had you on because I feel like you provide an awesome service to wrestlers and the wrestling community, because fans obviously enjoy watching your content, as you can see. Let's see if this is you're just freaking killing it, bro. You got almost 500,000 views in the last year. Just absolutely crushing the content creation space. Like, what's that been like? Like, what are the origins of Wrestleroni?
Well, thank you, Bobby. I kind of did like you. It was something I had tinkered with, and I just kind of threw it away. And then I kind of revisited it a year later. I had a YouTube channel where I was just putting up a few indie matches here and there, and I went to an indie show in my town, and RSW was there. RSW put on a phenomenal show, and I said, well, I want to talk about it. So I did a podcast, and here we are 150 some episodes later. And you talked earlier about you was kind of new to my channel. You've kind of been there since Jump Street, Bubby. Like, you might have came in like maybe 3 months down the road.
Word.
You've been there since day one. I can't thank you enough for your contributions and your support and all you've done for the channel.
I love hopping on the Roni, especially we'll give it. So many funny Wrestleroni memories. I don't know if I want to bring any in particular up out of fear of.
If it's on my channel, it's a fair game.
But dude, I have a lot of fun on the Roni as a guest and as a pseudo freaking co-host. Sometimes I guess that's like part of my name tag on the Roni by now.
I'll try to get you on there more to do some more co-hosting with me, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my schedule lined up. But yeah, so the Roni's freaking killing it, bro. I enjoy being a part of it and watching the stuff. Cool thing that happened as a result of Wrestleroni and your gift to us. I feel like the wrestling community has been able to give back to you in some pretty cool opportunities, especially through EIW, the Extreme Independent Wrestling, out of the secret location in BFE, West Virginia.
Yeah.
So tell us about that and the transition of going from like, because you really went from being a pure fan to dipping your toes in content creation to now you have a relationship with some of the boys, and now you're able to kind of like just create in a new way through
Yeah.
wrestling. And you were connected to some of the boys beforehand, and we'll kind of get to that later in your relationship with like our good buddy Billy Knox and all that good stuff. But just tell us about the inception of EIW and how that came about and what that transition was kind of like.
Yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun. I guess I kind of won them all over. We decided to do a Halloween special and to film some matches at the school. It was Gannon's idea and sounded like a good idea. So we filmed a few matches, and it happened to come down to Polly and Billy in a death match. And Tim loved it. And he said, "How about you guys start running shows at the training school?" For those that don't know, Tim Cross is the owner, founder, everything all in one of EIW, RSW, Real Shoot Wrestling. Myself, Gannon Green, Billy Knox are the founders of EIW. So, man, that first show, I've never been so nervous. Second show, too, man, I was rattled, and I don't get rattled. It's super important to me. The crowd showed up to our second show, bro. 20 degrees, no heat in that building. You can see the steam, see people's breath, and everybody was there and had a good time. You
And
talk
they were
about
rowdy. They were
yeah,
rowdy. They showed up and showed out for all the matches. I mean, I think that first EIW show I was that like because you come out with these little series and you tease us, you give us a little like breadcrumbs like, oh, here's this cool idea that I have, and then you'll put it on the back burner for like 6 months because you'll have this new project that'll come in. It's like it's all good stuff, but it's like, I'm just going to confront you while I have you. When are we getting another Shoot Masters, first of all?
it's
you
something
know
I've been wanting to go back to. But you know what happened? The last Shoot Masters was Ace Austin and Jason Kincaid. We set the bar too high. How do I top that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you're working out and you have like a deload kind of day. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's like it's like a championship belt, right? It transitions from making the guy to being made by the guy. You know what I'm
There you
saying? So
go.
it's like now the show's been pretty well made by two of freaking best wrestlers in the world. I feel like I can say, being on it like that elevates the show. Now you can kind of, not to say coast, but it's like the show is worth this much now, so let's bring in some new talent, keep it quality, keep it good,
Yeah.
but let's give them this awesome platform. And I feel like Shoot Masters encapsulates my opinion of wrestling super well. So it's just my flavor of ice cream because I look at professional wrestling more as like a variety show, right?
Right.
You get a little bit of everything. You get your comedy, your drama, your strong style, your technical mumbo jumbo, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, so let's just figure I'd get that out of the way. We need
No,
another
I
Shoot
appreciate
Masters.
you bringing it up. It's something I've wanted to go back to, and I've looked at it time, and I've even made posts hinting at it. It's just I don't have the good road footage like I did for the first three. I haven't been shooting as much stuff on the road. I did shoot some stuff over the weekend. It's hilarious. It'll go up on the channel, but I
How
need more road footage too.
how do you go about like becoming the guy, like the film, the content distributor guy with promotions? Because you went from being an RSW guy, pretty much like I mean, because you would like, for lack of a better term, like poach online content and like kind of re-upload it on
For
your
sure.
channel,
Yeah,
and then
right.
also like you were kind of like the RSW guy, like
Right.
you would post RSW matches, but then all of a sudden Wrestleroni's posting like PWL matches and XVW matches and matches from Mother Loving Australia. So like, how does that come to come
It
to light?
works two ways. There's times that I've reached out to promotions. I reached out to the Australian folks, Phil Picasso, and the gang, and asked, got in pretty tight with them, and they send me footage right after the show's over. And there's times that folks reach out to me, so that's been cool too. That's super humbling and super awesome. And man, if I can get to your show and film it, and you want it on the channel, I was just at Mega Mega Pro over the weekend. Gary Cooper was an awesome dude. I hope I said that right. I'm pretty sure it was his name. His name's Cooper. He was super nice. So just sometimes I'll show up at a show. I'm super smart and leave the camera in the car. Then you go talk to the promoter. Hey, can I film? Oh, I don't mind. Now you go get the camera.
Oh
So I
yeah.
try to be respectful about it if I do it face to face.
Always keep. I mean, that's kind of interesting concept because I mean, as wrestlers, we're always taught to keep our gear with us and whatnot, just in case. So I mean, you
Oh
definitely
yeah.
have gear. You're not
Yep.
wearing. You ain't got. There's no Spooky Lou like underoos, but
Now I got my blue briefcase full of toys for girls to
yeah,
have.
bro. But that's awesome. That's fun. I like I said, I love to see. I'm real big on the content creation stuff. I think that us as wrestlers and as wrestling personalities, like we need to do our part to create like a healthy ecosystem. And I like again, I just have to thank you for providing the tape for the boys and being such a good brother. And I kind of skipped over this in the beginning, but I meant to open with this, and it's
Okay.
why do you love wrestling?
I do. It's in my blood, man. It's like all of us. Just what's a world without pro wrestling? Like that's my very identity is pro wrestling. It
How does
since I was,
that come to be?
how's that come about?
Mhm.
1991, watching Superstars. I remember my dad buying some pay-per-views and kind of digging Hulk Hogan, but Jim the Amble Neidhart's out there on crutches. I'm like, this poor dude's on crutches. He's hurt. The Beverly Brothers came out and took out that knee and just messed him up, bro. And wrestling's like this. Oh, okay.
We
I
got
didn't
a we
know
got
it
a
like
very
that.
nihilistic young Spooky Lou, but it's it all checks out. It all
Oh
no,
yeah, man. My first favorite was Shawn Michaels, heel Shawn Michaels. When he threw Janetti through the glass, that was my dude.
that's awesome. That's hilarious. That's fun. I love to hear that.
And
So
ever since I was
how
like
long have you been
boom.
around? How long have you been poking around the business? Because I mean, if I've been around about as long as Wrestleroni, I've
Mhm.
been because I kind of started in a similar role as you in regards to like being around the wrestling business because I would film a lot of stuff. Like
Okay.
I would hop in the car with Casey King and I
Mhm.
would film for like FTC. And I remember filming Casey King put on a benefit show, and
Okay.
I filmed that. And somebody else ended up like editing it together, but that was like my role when I first broke in, like and I
Mhm.
like very first started training. So so
Well,
yeah, that's a really cool. That's a really cool story. We're kind of talking about like origins into wrestling and whatnot, and I feel
you
like
didn't even. Oh, okay. I got you. Do you want me to answer about how long I've been in the business?
yeah, please.
Okay. I didn't know if we was going on to the
Well,
next one.
my freaking ADHD forgot that I even asked that question. I
I know.
answered it
I know.
from my end, but yeah.
It's all good. Years ago, I poked around in the business, and I even had a couple matches, untrained, never trained. Let me get that out of the way. Yeah, never trained. And
When do we get the Spooky Lou matches on the channel? We
oh
gotta
man, if
find.
I could find them, I'd love to post them because you guys would die. Believe me, see me hit my head over and over because I don't know how to bump. Y'all would love it if I can find them. It's on a DVD around here somewhere. But after two matches, dude was like, "Yo, you got to train if you want to keep having matches." And I was like, "Yo, I don't want to train. I got shit to do." So I never trained, but I would like do security for shows here and there and go work camera. But that regime, we'll call it, they were so negative. I started to not like wrestling, and I was like, "Bullshit! I'm not going to like wrestling." Like I've always been the wrestling dude. Like we did backyard wrestling. We went to ECW shows. I was a King of the Ring '98. Been to many pay-per-views. So yeah, you're not going to make me hate wrestling. So I stayed away for a long time, and it took RSW coming to Monongah, putting on a free show, and then I hear Billy's working it, and me and Billy go way back. So I go to check out Billy, and that was July 4th of 2022. So that's how long it's been. Not very long, I guess, but it seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, bro. So I guess I kind of started in April of 22.
Okay.
So I'm just from April to July. Stephen Meeks older than Wrestleroni, so
Look at us
that's
young
kind of
boys, green as goose shit.
greener than a pepper tree. I tell you what, we got a nice, beautiful photo of Billy Knox. If you're watching this episode of the pod, we got Billy Knox and Spooky Lou.
Yeah.
Tell us something about meeting Billy and do you remember whenever he got into the business? Like, was there any kind of like parallel
Oh,
stuff
Billy
going
got
on
me
there?
110%, bro. Yeah, Bill. I wouldn't be here without Billy. But you ask about the first time I meet Billy. That's 1998 at a middle school dance. Uh, a friend said, "You gotta come meet my friend. He's in the bathroom." It was a different school than what the school I went to. As soon as my friend goes in the bathroom, he grabs Billy by the head, runs up the wall like Cowpoke Paul does with a tornado DDT, and Billy takes the most beautiful head first RVD style DDT you ever saw, and it's just madness. And I was like, oh, I like this guy. And
That is
he was running backyard shows. I was running backyard shows. So yeah, we hit it off, and it's been fun times ever since. And again, Billy, if he hadn't put in a good word for me with Tim Cross, I don't know if I'd be talking to you today.
That's awesome. That's fucking hilarious. I feel like we've gotten to the point in the episode where I can like drop an F bomb without it being like too illegal with the YouTube stuff.
As
But
long as
yeah,
you're doing 7 seconds in,
yeah,
you're
but yeah, that's awesome. I didn't even know that story.
I ain't even going front. Billy was like insane, bro. He scared us. Like he dumped nails on us and tried to elbow drop us, and we ran. And I remember him bringing a barbed wire bat and me running, and him still cracking me in the back with that barbed wire bat. Like he scared the fuck out of us at first.
We're so glad that Billy like is like, he loves the Lord now. He's got kids. He's chilled out. Like I kind of wish I had gotten to. I kind of want to fuck around and find out what old school Billy Knox would be like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just because Billy's found the Lord doesn't mean he's chilled out. I was with him this weekend, and I seen some shit. I'll just tell you that.
Dude.
Oh my god! No, he had to. And I'm not talking about anything in the ring. Like I'm not trying to babe it up. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Billy still got the fire.
He's all. I reckon he's still ornerier than hell. I mean, I haven't got to party with Billy Knox yet, but I feel like I don't know if the world's ready for that. For Stephen Meeks and Billy Knox to really like throw down and party together. Like I feel like that's going to be
just what the world needs, sir.
It might be exactly. I think it's exactly what I need right now. Like he was yesterday.
I'm in good shape.
But dang, that's funny. I was supposed to come see y'all a couple months ago, but anyway.
Come on, Meeks.
Dang it. So
scratching old wounds while we're on a podcast.
Yeah, just blood, death, all that crazy stuff. But so we got beautiful picture of Billy Knox. Tell me who this dude is, because I don't know who he is, but he means a lot to you, and I remember you hyping it up. And I just want to talk about like cool people that you've got to meet through wrestling. Like we've talked about you loving wrestling and kind of loving the business and providing the service. Like let's talk about maybe like the business loving you back a little bit. Like tell me about how just tell me about some cool people you've got to meet. Maybe if you got a funny like cool person that maybe I didn't have the best interaction with. Like if you got any, just tell me about some fun times.
For sure, man. A lot of people told me, don't be a mark. You're in the business now. And I made a mental note. I was like, I got to stay a mark. So this is the most enjoyable experience possible. And this is like an example of that. This is Shadow WX. Me and Billy would watch this dude. I would get tapes. I would get so many tapes in the mail back in the day, Meeks. And this dude was part of Big Japan when they started up. And we watched him so many times on VHS tape. That was actually Billy's boy. That was Billy's favorite. Mine was Tomoki Hama. I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's how I've always said it. He's in New Japan now. Well, Shadow WX, I'd even tried to hit up. I hit up Pondo and tried to get him booked for me, but it was way out of my price range. But I knew he'd be at VCW and made sure to get there. I'll tell you a funny story. So Spooky Lou, just because I'm getting a few YouTube views, I'm not rich by any means. I don't have any money. But bro, it's Shadow WX and he don't speak good English, or at least he acts like he don't. I don't know. Either way, I got you, Bubby. I make your money. So
Kizzy
I'm
Fizzy
like,
and me on the English, bro. Come on, bro. Come
maybe.
on.
But I wanted a picture with him. I had to get the picture, dude. It's Shadow WX. I'd watched him for over 20 years, well over 20 years, yeah. So I'm like, can I get a picture of that $10 combo, $30 best? I'm like, man, it's Shadow WX. That way, I got me an autograph picture and the selfie there. So he probably worked me, but he got $30. I owe the dude $30 for the memories, so I don't hate
Oh
him.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you kind of learned that going through the business, like, it is what it is. But that's kind of a funny way of looking at it. Like I owe this dude $30 to get this
Yeah,
picture
man, that's the
because
least I can do for all the crazy crap I've watched him do and the entertainment and the joy it brought to me. So, and I met
that
all
is
kinds of great people, but you know what? It's not, and a lot of the TV stars, they're nice and they're great, but it's some of the fans I meet and every locker room's great. You meet just a whole new set of great people. Everybody's been great. Madman Fulton's a sweetheart, damn good looking man in person. Same with Pillman Jr. I met a lot of cool folks so far, man. It's been fun.
any kind of like standout interview moments or just like
Every one of them. But recently, for episode 150, I got to interview one of my favorite horror movie directors. And dude, like, hell, man, if it ends tomorrow, I got that. I got to talk and ask questions to some dude I always wanted to ask questions to and just understand how his mind worked. And I take pride in the show because I say it's a cheat code. If you're on there with me for an hour, we're going to become friends. I'm going to win you over. And it
yeah.
happens every time, not to brag, but it does. So every interview, man, I make a friend every show. It's awesome.
We love Spooky Lou, man. Because, like I said, bro, like you provide a service, like, and it's so valuable. And not only you get eyes on the product. Like, I love being able to send you my stuff because I know it's gonna get way more views on the Roni channel than it ever would on the Stephen Meeks channel because I'm still like cultivating that. Like, I haven't put in the work on that particular platform the way that you have, and it's like I got mad respect because it's a
Thank you,
hustle,
Bobby.
bro. It's a
Yeah.
like the fact that you have the audience that you do, not only just the audience, but it's also like you really have created a community. Like they love Wrestleroni and they love the characters that you display, like Billy Knox and paparazzi. Like Jeff Paul. Like everybody
Yeah.
hates Jeff Paul. Everybody knows Jeff
Right.
Paul sucks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just really think that what you do, like I just kind of want to give you your flowers. I mean, like for
Thank
lack
you,
of
Bobby.
any better way of putting it,
And I love
like
that cast of characters, bro. Like that, I take super pride in the wrestlers we feature over and over. I still have more footage from this past weekend. I got to drop, and if I can show them behind the scenes here and there, or bro, if send me promos, send me you playing on the guitar, send me your new rap song, send me whatever you want, and I'll put it out there. Like guys like you guys like Tyler Rose. I could go Evan Golden. I could go Jason Hendricks. You guys are the foundation of the channel. And if I can document your growth before TV snatches you up, then hell yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
yeah, bro. I think we've all grown up a lot over the last year. That's another reason why I'm trying to put this together because I feel like when I tried to do kind of like a podcast style format maybe even like a year ago, I
Mhm.
didn't really have like the comfortability in the business or even like the justification of like, I mean, I have like crazy imposter syndrome, and I feel like you transitioning from like a fan to one of the boys kind of deals with the same thing a little bit. Um,
For sure.
and wrestling just is like, wrestling is this weird like fictitious space that we
Right.
exist in, and it's like I just don't, it's kind of difficult to navigate emotionally sometimes, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
here's the thing, and I don't know, like, I know I work to get everything I have, but I do see, and I can't hate on it because it's exactly what I did. I see a lot of podcasters getting into the wrestling business because of their podcast. And hey, man, if they have something to offer, if they can edit your videos or help you set up a live stream or whatever it may be, then cool. But you're seeing a lot of that now, especially, on the indie level, that if somebody can prove their worth, if they're on one side of the guardrail, they could be getting on the other side of the guardrail. And hell, man, as a promoter, if I see somebody killing it on a podcast and they're doing a good job, then that's somebody I might want on commentary.
Yeah, I there's a good friend of mine, Christian Rainey. He does a podcast called Good Guy Bad Pants.
Hmm.
I know I've tried to put you onto them before because they're just like great leaders in the content creation space. Like all their stuff looks immaculate. It's just
Yeah, I've
absolutely
watched I've
gorgeous.
watched the wrestling they've edited.
Yes, and Christian has made that transition as well from like uh, content creation to now he does commentary for UPW, and he is one of my favorite freaking independent commentators. Like he
Hell yeah.
is, and I'm not just saying that because he's one of my boys. Like he is freaking dope. He like, I feel like a lot of indie commentators, they're too busy trying to get themselves over, and they
Yeah.
don't like. Have you ever watched an indie match with indie commentary? And like the commentary is just not watching or reacting to the match at all.
Oh yeah, man, I hate it.
Like that makes, because like,
Just trying to make inside jokes and be funny and shit.
dude,
Like,
they're
nah.
trying to pop the boys, they're trying to
Yep.
pop themselves, and it's like you need to. I mean, any fall in the match could be it. So it's like,
Yeah.
can you like watch the match and react to it appropriately? Instead of just trying to be cute, because it doesn't work. It's distracting,
Yeah.
and
It's
it
something I
wastes time.
started.
I
I
don't like
started
it.
No, I started dabbling with commentary, and it you gotta toe the line, man. Like these guys are gonna be watching their match, and I want to do the best job I can for them. I've commentated maybe 10 matches now, so hopefully I'm getting better. But yeah,
Yeah,
don't try to get yourself over or just try to pop the boys. Tell a story, man. Like I say it all the time on my show. Wrestling's anything you want it to be. Put your little put your little fingerprint on it, man. Do your job. Do it good. Do it to the best of your abilities.
yeah. I feel like, I mean, I'm always. I feel like the ism that I kind of go to whenever I hear something like that is like, the only rules in wrestling are just protect your opponent and protect yourself. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it's like, and that can be applied to the content creation space, because it's like, I want to post stuff and make stuff that helps the business look better and look professional and look, like something that the general public would want to buy. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So it's like, that's like, you're one of the boys now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the rule. Like you protect us by helping us look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you protect yourself by curating a good cast of characters to be a part of like the Roniverse. So
Exactly. I couldn't do it by myself. And talking about production and everything, if you notice on any of my videos, I'd say 99% of them, you're never going to see subscribe at the bottom or a like thumb. The reason for that is hopefully one day Netflix picks this up or it goes to cable or even a public access station. That's something I'm open to and I would love to do, is have our stuff on public access. That way you're not watching it on a TV show, whatever it may be, a documentary down the road, and you don't have that subscribe at the bottom, because I have bigger aspirations for what this footage is going to do.
that's fun. Yeah, I think Yeah, I freaking love the Roni. Like, so that was kind of in my notes already. Like, what are? Can you be more specific about like your goals for Wrestleroni, or your goals even for like the cast of characters, or like what? I
Oh yeah.
mean, yeah,
Yeah, man, for sure. The goal right now, let's just take it step by step. We're almost to 5,000. We're almost to 5K, so that's sweet. I did have a train of thought. What was your question again? Because I was going to give you a really good answer.
yeah,
What's the
just
goals
like
for the channel? I
goals
got
for the
you.
channel. Yeah,
Okay. See, I know I'm at a disadvantage. Indie wrestling does not get crazy views on YouTube. It's a niche within a niche. But if you hit it right, I've seen some channels get some views. So let's become the number one independent wrestling channel. And I mean, dude, I see a world EIW will be an international promotion. We just need some time and some money and some effort. And really, I'm dreaming big, man. Like, I want us all to come up. I don't want to say I want to go to WWE. No, let's me, you, Billy, and the rest of the gang make our own WWE. That's the goal.
yeah.
Does that make
That's
sense?
fun. Yeah, bro. And like, I mean, it sounds like super freaking almost silly on paper. Like if you were to write that down or post that on Facebook, like you'd probably get clowned on a lot. But it's
Yeah.
like WrestleRoni is already kind of like an awesome platform, bro. Like you get the numbers. Uh, you're one of the few. You're probably one of the very few indie wrestling distributors on YouTube that also get like ad revenue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're like partnered with YouTube. That's pretty freaking cool. And yeah, so it's just like that. Like I think EIW could be super special. It's just I was really impressed with the first two episodes, and I think
Thank you.
just continuing to like improve the card. And I mean, I think it really has like a fun aesthetic. Like
Yeah.
there's not much that I would really even want to change production wise. I mean, I almost would almost like if I was to really dig into it, I would
Yeah.
say that y'all need to film on like some camcorders. That way the
Make
aesthetic
it
is
even
even more
grimier.
even more grimy. You know what I'm saying? Like record it on tape and then put it on digital. Like convert it to
Right.
digital. Like I
Hey,
dude,
man, that's not a bad. Don't. Hey, that could happen. I'm down for that. So
there's so much you guys can do like creatively,
yeah.
and I think you guys have that cast of characters too. Uh, I mean,
Well, you got to work with the hands you're dealt, man. We don't
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
much,
yeah,
so let's make it look grimy. Like we at the last show, we took down stuff to make it
Mhm.
look crazier. We took the ring skirts off to make it look grungier. We have nice ring skirts with like neon green on the side, or we could use Tim's got green pads for the turnbuckles. We're using black. We want that. I liked Raw Underground. I don't know if I'm the only dude in the world that
Yeah.
did, but I like it. If I can have a
That's funny.
little element of that with my ECW flavor and everything, because bro, if anybody knows ECW television, I do. So that's the goal. Just
Yeah,
emulate
that's
that and
fun.
add the ROH work rate stuff in there and some death match stuff and have fun.
Yeah, and like I said, if you haven't watched, just if you're listening and you haven't watched EIW First Blood, check it out. It's freaking dope. It's the like couldn't have set it up better. I mean, I just think. Is there any plans? Can you tell us about like when the next EIW show might be? I mean, we're getting closer to spring,
I
so
know we are, man. It's killing me, dude. Every time I turn around, okay, we've got this building. Okay, we don't have this building. Okay, we got this building. Okay, we don't have this building.
yeah,
I really don't know what's going on anymore. So like we just need to start from square one, find a new venue. That's as being as transparent as I can be. We need a decent venue. It's not going to ask for a bunch of money, and
yeah.
then go from there. So maybe we'll have it in Rucker's backyard. We'll still have a
Rutgers.
ring though. We'll have a
Have
ring.
it. Yeah, have like a little. It's like Anthony Rucker's birthday bash.
There you go.
Like and in his backyard, you serve hot dogs and handshakes.
If that's what we got to do, if like it's got to happen sooner than later. I've been getting the itch. I was going through comments on reindeer games, and people really seem to enjoy reindeer games. And it really gave me the itch, man, because yeah, the comments warmed my heart. So I gotta do one soon.
Yeah, bro. So just to kind of ask you one final question. We've been talking about loving people through wrestling. Hopefully, I've like familiarized you well enough with the concept to where you can answer this question in your eloquent Spooky Lou way. Just like how now that we've talked about it, and maybe how after this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
how do you plan on using your craft like slash platform to love people going forward? Like
That's a
if you
good
were going to
question.
be more intentional about it, like tell me how you would go about that.
I like to think I'm pretty intentional about it to start with,
Mhm.
because believe me, it's a joy. The people I meet, whether it's backstage, whether it's in the crowd, dude, the lady at the last at Mega Pro, whenever I got my hot dogs, I'll remember that old lady for the rest of my life. Nicest lady, gave me a free water, and I love that lady, and I'd like to think she loves me. You
I
know.
love that lady too. Damn it, she.
All up. They were delicious. She was personable. She wanted to know all about the wrestling. Of course, I told her all about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I met a
That's
lot of good people over the weekend.
hell yeah. And like I said, man, you love people. You put out the good stuff. We freaking we freaking appreciate you, Spooky Lou. You are a dear friend. I just want to thanks for coming on and hanging out with me, bro. Like, did you have fun being on the opposite side of the microphone?
It was a nice change of pace. I appreciate you, Bubby. I'll come back
This
anytime you need me.
I just need to get more reps so that I can be less awkward and probably less stoned. You know, that might help
Eh,
too.
hey, you'll have
Nah,
that.
I'm
I think
Stephen
you did
Meeks. Damn
okay.
it, I'm Stephen Meeks, and I did an okay job. Thank you for watching Love People, a podcast with Spooky Lou.
You did.
Spooky Lou, see you later. Love you, bye.